Welcome to Your Beauty Fuel. I'm your host, Rita Catalino, and today I have a special sidekick with me today. What's your name?
Ariana.
This is Ariana, my daughter. And I thought today would be a great day to have Ariana on the show because we're going to be talking about all things kids. Kids' breakfasts, kids' lunches, kids' snacks, even some kid desserts.
Yeah.
And we're also going to talk about the importance of fueling your children properly without all of that packaged, processed stuff. Right, Ariana? Why is it important to eat properly? Well, we'll figure out why next. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Your Beauty Fuel Kitchen with my co-host, Ariana. Today we're talking beautiful children and beauty-fueled children. And let's start with the top of our day, breakfast. Why do you think breakfast is so important, Ariana?
It gives you energy before school.
Right. And being energized to have enough brain power to get through that day is very important. Unfortunately, a lot of people just put a bowl of cereal with some milk out for their children, and they're lacking a lot of protein, and it's full of sugar, and their children are most likely going to crash before first recess even happens. Right?
Yeah, and snack.
And before snack. But nobody wants to give their child probably, a big steak before they go to school. So let's talk one of Ariana's favorites. These are called Ariana's cupcakes, and we made these a couple of years ago while experimenting in the kitchen and trying to get some protein into her breakfast and something that she's not going to gag at. So these are amazing vanilla cupcakes with no
Sugar.
and no grains. No sugar and no grains. So this is going to keep her fueled with protein, with amazing eggs in here. And she doesn't even know there's eggs because they taste amazing. What do you think? Do you want to eat one or do you want to frost them first?
Frost them.
Okay. So a great thing that we do in our house to frost our pancakes is we use protein powder and we add just a little bit of water and we end up with this kind of yummy goopy frosting. If anybody told me this was Duncan Hines, I would believe them. But all this is pure protein isolate. So another little bit of protein for Ariana. I'm going to get you to start drizzling this on top, and you better not eat any. That's a warning. Another great breakfast, yes, our oats. Oats get you going in the morning, but a boring bowl of oats, sometimes children like to get something more exciting. So something we've been doing in our house as of late that we love are using all of our old almond butter and chocolate butter jars. And the worst is that bottom part that never comes out, so you end up throwing it out. Something great to reuse these containers is throwing your oats in there and making a mess just like I did. And then adding in your nut milk. So we like to use almond milk in ours. And you add it in there. 2 ingredients. And the third, which was the leftover almond butter. Throw the lid on. Because we all talk about how the mornings are so crazy. I get it. Getting the kids up. Getting the coffee, right? And what do we do with this? We throw it in the fridge. We take it out the next morning. And we have beautiful overnight oats. No cooking involved, no microwaves, no nothing. All we have is this beautiful oatmeal ready for your children. And you can actually top that off with some blueberries, which Adiana loves. Do you want to throw those blueberries in there? We've already washed these. You can eat one too. Why don't you throw some in there? You get your kids involved in things like this. It's super fun. Another handful. Come on, I know you like a lot of blueberries. Don't skimp on that. And we are going to add a little bit of sweetness for Adiana because she likes that sweetness. So pure maple syrup, right? That's about you want to get your finger in there? There you go. We gotta make sure we wash those hands after. And you just stir it together and you have a grab and go. You have this beautiful bowl of oats that you've reused the jar. Is reusing good? Is that a good thing? Yeah. We're reusing the jar. We're making sure we're not wasting anything on the bottom, and we don't have to cook anything ahead of time. How are those cupcakes coming along, Ariana?
Good.
Good. So those are those yummy cupcakes there, and all we have to do is peel open these. I love these. We get these at the dollar store. They cost nothing. You actually bake in these, and they're no stick. And you end up with this beautiful... A little bit of stick, but we won't tell anybody out there. And yeah, we're going to cut it open and then you can have a little bite of that before we get into a perfect lunch. I love these too, but we'll save those for later. So we have 2 breakfasts on the go. Here you go. And we're going to go right into your lunch. Nobody ever said that this was clean, right? It's just yummy. We love, let's face it, kids love variety. The worst is, I can imagine being Ariana's age. How old are you again?
7.
7. And eating one huge sandwich in my lunch, and that's it. Kids like variety just as much as we do. So I found this awesome box. This is called Planet Box online. And you can change up the magnet so when the kids get bored. You think mommy could do that? You want to help me? Is it kid? It's adult proof. So when the kids get bored, you can change the magnet. This one's been in the dishwasher one too many times. So we'll leave it at that. But I just want to open it and show you about variety. That goes later. Variety is so important to children when they're at snack and at lunch. They get bored quickly of one thing. Let's go over your lunchbox before we eat it, Missy. Okay, over here we have, it's hard to get protein into my daughter. She doesn't love it all. This is a nitrate-free in-store turkey. Yes, it's been made with none of the nitrates, none of the seasonings, none of those things that are full of cold cuts. And this one is from a local place over here in London called Remark. And we put some old cheddar in here. And this is raw milk cheddar. It hasn't been pasteurized. So these are some little bundles for her to nibble on, making sure she gets in a great amount of protein. This is a homemade hummus we made. You're really hungry, aren't you? I think you have to eat this box when we're done. We have some homemade hummus over here. And we will put that recipe up on the webpage. And she likes to dip her tomatoes in that.
I don't like to anymore.
You don't like to anymore. Okay, well, she's not complaining now. Over here, we just have some fresh organic fruit. And this is something else that we love to do. We make these homemade pancakes in the morning, and they're made with egg whites and coconut flour. We've put a little cocoa and yogurt in the middle and put a full banana in. And then you just cut it up on the angle there, put a little toothpick in, and they're fun little banana bites. The last thing here, you're probably thinking, oh, and she's giving her daughter chocolate. This is pure 80% bean to bar chocolate. My daughter loves this. We've accustomed her palate to this. We've taken her off of all of those solid milk chocolates and Kit Kat bars because really This is where it's at. This is pure chocolate. Do you want to share some?
I want it all.
Maybe we're going to share on the break. I hope this has given you some good ideas for the lunch aspect of your children, which is so hard. A couple breakfast ideas. And stay tuned because soon we are going to be talking about dinner and dessert. See you soon. Welcome back to Your Beauty Fuel and Your Beauty Fuel Children. It's
Dinner time!
we love dinner time, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Especially when I'm hungry.
Okay, especially when she's hungry. One of the things parents like to do, and I suggest that they do, is sneak foods into their children's, cover your ears, sneak foods into their children's dinner.
I heard that.
This is one of the prime examples. This is one of my favorite go-to meals. I love it. My husband loves it. Ariana loves it. And they look like chicken nuggets and fries that you would get at a restaurant, but they are obviously tweaked a little bit. So these chicken nuggets are made from hormone-free organic chicken. They also do not have any flour. It's made with coconut flour. And that coating, although it looks yummy and it is crunchy, it is actually ground flaxseed. And it's made from ground flaxseed, which is great for omega-3s and all those great fats for our children. And this is dipped in one of our homemade hummuses. And this is our sweet potato fries made in our active fry, which needs only a tablespoon of olive oil for 4 people. It's an awesome machine. And something we can do is get our children involved. So let's go right into the process of the chicken. We have coconut flour here, which is the dredging process, so the dry flour. Then we have 1 beaten egg, and then we have ground flaxseed. Okay, so I'm gonna get Ariana to do this, and it's simple. She's gonna put the chicken strips into the flour, into the egg, and then into the flax. Okay, so I'm gonna get her to do those up while we keep going. Really great meal for your children. Once again, we're hiding in those healthy fats, the omega-3s, right into that dinner with a side of veggies there to dip into their hummus as well, and you're ready to go. Another great meal that we do together are mini pizzas. It's Friday night. You don't want to get too, excited about things, and this is something that we get her to help us with as well. Instead of your regular white flour pizza crust with all of the additives, this is actually just a crust or a wrap made with flax and shredded vegetables. That's it. There's actually no flour, no nuts, no anything in here. And these are just called raw wraps, and I get those locally at J. Danson Market in Lambeth. Fantastic for wraps, for cut them up in squares, and we put them in the oven and we make crackers out of them. And this works well for our pizza base. Then you just go ahead and you do, your regular pizza. This isn't rocket scientist. The great thing about children is getting them involved. Once you get your children in the kitchen, that's half the battle. I grew up with an apron on from 3 years old, and having a love of food and knowing what to do with it and not being scared of your kitchen is one of the most important things that you can share with your children. So then just simply spooning. I would get Ariana to do this, but she's doing such a great job on the chicken. Just spooning this right onto and this is a homemade pasta sauce. I did steal it from my mom. I'm not gonna lie. She does it. Make sure you wash your hands in between, right, honey? My mom makes pasta sauce, and they do it once a year from homemade crushed tomatoes. So, I'll start making mine one day, but right now I'm gonna rely on mommy. And then my daughter doesn't like any pepperoni or anything, so we're gonna just do a straight up cheese pizza, right? You love your cheese. So we're just gonna sprinkle this cheese, and this is a full fat cheese. This is a full fat mozzarella. I have no problem giving this to my daughter. You don't want to be giving your children, or you don't even want to be feeding yourself low fat foods. What happens with low fat foods is they've actually removed the good part of the food. The fat is good for you. It keeps you going. It's cognitive function. It's gonna children learning and excited and fresh and help their hair grow and their nails grow. And when they take the fat out, they actually put fillers in to make that product, a consistency. So my daughter eats full fat yogurts, full fat cheeses. This is great for her learning. Done. This goes right in the oven for 10 minutes and we have a beautiful, quick 5-minute meal on a Friday night. How you doing with the chicken? Good? So these would just go in the oven 10 to 15 minutes and we would turn them over halfway through. Do you want to finish them up for me?
Yeah, because it's pretty fun.
Okay, it's pretty fun. See how much fun it is to have your kids in the kitchen. So we have 2 quick meals. It took me less than, 5 minutes? But I'm not going to lie, something that we love to do on the weekends is a no-cook meal. Because I cook Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday night comes, and my husband and I like to open a bottle of wine and have a little bit of cheese. And something we've been doing with Ariana is her own mini cheese board. And once we talked about the variety at lunchtime and giving kids a lot of variety. Doing the same at dinner time at another meal is just as important. So she likes to come in, sit with us. We pour some juice in a wine glass, right? And you enjoy that just as much as we do. And we do a little cheers. So make this fun for your kids. Give them a little charcuterie board, a little cheese board. Here we have just a few pickles. These are great for kids. They love them. Rice crackers. I love rice crackers for Ariana because there's no wheat in them. They're gluten-free. They keep her going. And these are cute, just like that. We love doing this together on a Saturday night.
It's like little mountains.
It is like little mountains. Cut up some apple. Apple and cheese go so nice together. And remember, taking pride in the way you present your things, not just for yourself and your guests, but for your children, is just as important to them. When you take pride in that, they notice that and they're going to eat and they're going to appreciate it that much more. We're going to throw a little bit of organic raspberries on here. Once again, raspberries go so great with cheese. Ariana does love her little baby bells. They're fun to unwrap. They're a little bit fun for this board. This is an organic, local sausage. Ariana loves her sausage, her prosciutto. She loves her cold cuts. As long as you're trying your best, to eat nitrate-free and organic and locally source your cold cuts, they're okay once in a while. You don't want to be eating these every day, but as a little treat, then this is much better than giving them a bag of chips and a pizza from the store downtown. We're not talking about chips. So I saw that mouth go. We're going to add her little knife here. This is some more of that turkey that we gave her at lunch, the nitrate-free Remark turkey in store. Her little baby bell and another little old cheese string there. And how does that look, Ariana?
Delicious.
Delicious. You heard it from the mouth of babes. You can't go wrong with that. We have a pizza. We have our charcuterie board. Takes less than 2 minutes. We have our amazing sweet potato fries and chicken. And the last thing we need to do is dessert. How does that sound to you?
Amazing.
Amazing. So while Ariana's finishing there...
I'm done.
Oh, you're done. If you ever want to keep your kids busy, you know what to do. Get them into making chicken strips because it takes forever. We're going to get you to wash your hands in a second, but we got to make the ice cream first. You heard it here, ice cream. Okay? So, ice cream. But we're going to make nice cream. What are these?
Bananas.
Yeah, are they
frozen?
They're frozen bananas. So frozen bananas, every time we get overly ripe bananas, we just throw them into the freezer and we keep them there for a rainy day. Run them under warm water, throw them in your blender, and guess what you end up with? Your hands
banana ice cream.
Banana ice cream or nice cream. And you have that exact same consistency. It's yummy. I love this too. I'm going to feed you because your hands are like that. How does that sound?
No, I want to feed myself.
You want to feed yourself.
So can I go and wash my hands now?
We're going to get you to wash your hands in a second. Oh, the beauty of live TV and chicken on your hands. But look at this. You can even get your kids to dress these up after with a little bit of chocolate nibs, some coconut, some raisins, and you can make your own sundae bar right in the house. So... I'm going to do one more bowl up here. We're going to do a little cheers. We're going to try it out. And then we are going to take a quick break so Ariana can wash her hands. and we'll be right back. But first, we're going to share some amazing,
But first, can
nice cream. Here we go. Not only good for your kids, but for you too. So we're gonna enjoy this bowl of nice cream, and we'll see you back right after the break. And welcome back to Your Beauty Fuel Kitchen. Let's recap. That was a big episode. We talked about breakfast, snacks, lunch, dinner, dessert, didn't we? Mm-hmm. She's busy eating her blueberries, which is a great snack. If all of this is beyond you and it's a crazy day, remember,
Crazy days are weird and cool.
Remember that fruit is nature's best gift for your kids. So always have that on hand. It's like nature's candy.
They're my blueberries. Don't touch them.
So we're going to start with our breakfast again. Remember those overnight oats. Why? Oats are great carbohydrates. They're going to give your kids energy. Put some fruit on there for some sustained sweetness and energy. We talked about baking. So baked goods. You want to replace your white flours and your sugars and your dairies.
Which kind of flowers? The other kind or flowers that are outside?
Not those kind of flours. Flowers that you bake with. Cheeky girl over here. So we want to replace your white flours and your whole wheat flours. You want to go over to more of the anti-inflammatory, energy-sustaining flours like your coconut flours, your almond meals, your quinoa flours. And then you have some great baked goods. So try to do over your baked goods at home. Get in your kitchen and experiment. The worst thing that's going to happen is it doesn't work out and you try again. So don't be scared of your kitchen. Then we're going to move on over to lunch. And with the lunch...
Why would you want to be scared of a kitchen?
Well,
it's just a kitchen.
But believe it or not, some people are scared to get in their kitchen and experiment. Remember the lunch. Variety. Another key. Variety. Get your kids to have a little bite of everything. We have our homemade hummus. We have our little banana wraps again. Our cheese. Our nitrate-free turkey. A lot of people just go to the deli and buy packages of deli meat. If you actually read the label, there's sugar. There's glucose. Go ahead. There's nitrates. There's so many things but meat. If you read it, there might be a 10% meat protein in there. So, grain-free, vegetable, awesome crust here. Full fat cheese. Yes, that's important. And a homemade organic tomato sauce. Bam, done, easy, quick in the kitchen. Why are we not buying boxes of chicken fingers that are already bought at the store? Once again, it's not real chicken. They're using pieces of meat. They're using pieces of filler to get that consistency. They're using breadcrumbs, white bread. They're deep frying them. And then back to our charcuterie board at night. It's Saturday night. You don't want to cook. You don't want to turn the stove on. You throw a bunch of really great things left over in the fridge onto a board, and your children think that this is, this is a play date right here. And then our ice cream for dessert. We've been doing a lot of cooking together in the kitchen. I need to go because I'm hungry, and this is calling my name. You need to go to finish that bowl of blueberries. And we'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed the Beauty Fuel Children. Say bye, Addie.
Bye.
Bye.